Boom shakalaka, Bitcoin just closed its highest daily candle in 2023. Are investors about to make the biggest mistake of their life or the biggest blessing? Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, a lot of very interesting charts for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, including something Bitcoin just recently did that could be a blessing or a curse, depending upon where you are positioned in the market. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, come join us on Twitter at @TheCryptoLove. Push that like button. Now today, fear and greed at 64, up from yesterday, but still in greed territory. The overall market up 0.5%. Bitcoin at 30,884, Ethereum at 1910, BNB at 238, XRP 49 cents, Cardano 29 cents, Dogecoin 6 cents, Solana $17, and Litecoin 89.71. And if we take a look at Bitcoin where it's sitting right now, just above $30,000, it is actually in the very center of this uptrend we have been in since way back here in December, January of this previous year. Now, could it go up? Could it go down? Both very good questions. Right now, following the Bitcoin breakout above the psychological key $30,000 region, the short-term holder realized profit loss ratio has exploded to a value of 59, like we see right here, commonly seen around mass euphoria events. Are we going to have another mass euphoria event and then the market tanking in the short term? Maybe. But maybe not as much as people would expect. There's actually people out there who believe that the market will give them another chance to rebuy Bitcoin at $10,000. Take a look at this chart, self-explanatory. Oh, he said, patience, we're on the verge of something big. You can see when we have double bottoms, this is the total market cap. When we have double bottoms, we have an impulse wave, mid-cycle correction descending wedge, then a larger impulse wave before rinse and repeat, double bottom, impulse wave, mid-cycle correction, and look at how much larger the impulse wave is here before this correction that we see here, which would make the next impulse wave likely even larger than before. But despite that, Bitcoin did just close its highest daily candle of 2023, the highest price we have seen for Bitcoin. Now, this could be good, this could be bad. Why? Well, if we take a look right now, if you take a look at this volume profile over here on the side, we're basically at the peak right here. Right around $30,000 is the peak. There's nothing above it until we get to $38,000. And really, there's not much below it until we get to $22,000. So if we take a look at that chart once again, well, we could go up towards the 30s. We could go down towards the 20s. We could stay the same spot for a while. And it's kind of all up in the air if you're looking short term. But long term, I think we all know which direction it's going. Surprising, though, that not much profit taking has taken place over the past 2 days for Bitcoin. So even though the price has gone up, people have not taken profits. Now, one, is this greedy? Are people just going to get wrecked when the price goes back down? Or does everyone know that the price is bound to go much, much higher and it's just not time to take out profits because likely we're headed much higher? I tend to think towards the latter of the two. Bitcoin's net unrealized profit and loss has now bounced back into the optimism and anxiety zone. This yellow zone we can see right here. It was in there before, it fell out of there, now we have gone back in. Confidence is returning to the market as on-paper profits held by Bitcoin investors have increased. Now, generally, when we go from down here in capitulation to optimism and anxiety, it's not long before we end up getting all the way to euphoria and greed. So that could be on the books for Bitcoin because Bitcoin bounced perfectly from its MVRV trend. It started earlier in the year right down here. What comes next? Well, taking a look at our relative position to previous cycles, it's likely a straight jump to the mid-top line. That's pretty exciting. Now, the mid-top line, you guys might remember from 2019, that summer rally. You might remember from 2016 if you've been around for a really long time. Well, we're just inches away from a huge price increase right down here hitting this red line. Where could that be for Bitcoin? Most people speculate around $38,000 to $40,000 for that mid-top line. Bitcoin is right on track again, just headed sideways into that fourth halving territory. As a matter of fact, $40,000 is the fair value price for Bitcoin at that halving. Likely will be $40,000 at the halving. You can mark my words on that. Now, the third Bitcoin 3-week super trend and 20 MA squeeze beginning to resolve. We can see that when we have this super trend in red right here and Bitcoin breaks above the 20 MA, which is the center line of the Bollinger Bands, well, it's not long until we have that squeeze and the price blast off. You can see it's just a few weeks in most of these cases. As a matter of fact, in 2019, it pretty much occurred spontaneously. Well, we've been through for a few weeks already. How much longer? Well, based on history, it would not be much longer before we reach that parabolic territory for Bitcoin. Transition periods tend to see prices bounded between the realized price in orange and the realized price plus 0.5 standard deviations in blue. Since setting each cycle low, the following proportion of these trading days have been between these boundaries. So back here in 2012, it was 79%, and then 64%, and then 78%. So right now, this framework would suggest price ranges between $20,000 and $45,000 before we get to the really big part of that bull run. So that being said, in the short term, there are a couple of setups that look very, very good for Bitcoin. We're talking about price going up or price going down. Well, if you see right here, we have an ascending, broadening wedge right here. This formation has picked out each of these runs, and right now we just bounced off the bottom. The top of this is roughly $40,000-ish. And if you're in for something a little bit more long-term, 56,000 is inevitable for Bitcoin after breaking through the Bollinger Band's baseline here in red. Each time previously this has done this, it has not been long since it hit the first target where the top of the Bollinger Band buzzed when the breakthrough occurred. This time here was 658, here was 14,000. Well, guess what? This time now, $56,000 for Bitcoin. So if you like that, push the like button. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.